PvP net is ridiculous.
All good.
So yeah, okay. So I just got in now. Okay, they haven't started. They're only 1 minute.
Okay.
So we're good. We're just in.
So yeah, I think that's the lesson of that game. Yeah, I mean, if you have fizz mechanics and you could do whatever the hell you want, I mean, we'll eventually every player striving to get stronger mechanics and stronger in the game. But one thing that we can do and easily do in our very next game is, do I have vision? Right? Am I putting vision on the map? And you can do that your next game and get a whole lot better at League of Legends for it.
Yeah, you got to call out vision because, and that's the biggest thing because I don't count on other people to see things. So even when I'm playing jungler or I'm playing support or AD carry, I call out positions of people on the map because I know someone's not probably looking at their ward.
Right.
So I'm gonna do it for you, and that's as good as me having a pink ward for you. It keeps you from dying. Why flame you after the fact when I can tell you that the guy's standing there?
Yeah.
All right. So so what do we got? We got matchups. Let me make sure all our matchups are correct. Caitlyn, Caitlyn versus Xayah, Rakan versus Thresh. We have an Echo versus Zyra in mid. That's odd.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it's odd. And then we've got a Fiora versus Shen in top versus Warwick and Nidalee in the jungle. Okay, so right off the bat, what are we saying as far as team fight composition? Who's got the stronger team fight?
Definitely on the side of Poop Handler Patrol. I think the ability to really pick someone off is going to be the reason that they win a lot of these team fights. The Warwick, the Echo, the Rakan, they're going to be able to get these really nice skirmishes mid-game. Late game is going to be a little bit interesting, right? We have that big Zyra ult that's coming because she's going to be the AP carry. If that ends up netting a bunch of people, yeah, that's going to be really game turning. But how many times have you seen a big Zyra ult, right? How many times have you seen it hit 5 people? It's pretty rare.
No, you're definitely right.
I think this is going to be a game of picks.
Yeah.
Obviously, they got Thresh, they have Zyra, they have Shen, they can taunt people out. And so both sides are going to have to deal with picks in order to really get an edge in these team fights. And I think Poop Handler Patrol has the edge on them.
Yeah, I believe what you're saying about the whole Zyra situation. If Zyra could land a Stranglethorns and land that knockup, what you'll probably end up seeing is Xayah straight up just ulting, which is not what needs to happen. You need her doing consistent damage already, having those feathers out, and then the ultimate coming in so that she can do as much damage as possible. But once you burn that first E, the spear did land. Not going to get the jump range though. Taunt going to miss as well. So no summoners needed to be burned there. Well, first gank, you're showing the map. You're showing the map. You get respect.
Yep. Now, if you're the other lanes on that, you see that, hopefully the Fiora's calling, hey, Nidalee, stop. What can we do somewhere else?
Yep. Oh, a lot of damage going in. The Xayah pumping out damage onto Rakan. Don't do this to your boy. Oh, man. Flash coming out there. Good trade.
He was out of range of the Caitlyn heal. He knew that he couldn't go towards her either, and she wanted to trade back. So he was forced to flash in that situation.
Oh, we see a good trade going on. Oh, the hook is going to land. Is it going to be a flash forward? Not going to be a flash forward. There's going to be an exhaust, though.
Warwick
and a heal. Warwick going to get that gank. He's going to get a fear on both. Flash going to come out from the Xayah. Going to get another flash. That's a successful gank for him.
Definitely worth. So a lot of Warwick players. Oh, there's another fight top.
Oh, man. She's going to have to get out of this if... Oh, no. He's right. He's right. He's right. Okay.
So a lot of Warwick junglers say this, okay, I'm useless until 6, there's no reason for me to gank. And look, he walks up right behind them, gets a good fear, and gets 2 flashes out of that, which is really nice for a level 3 Warwick gank. The power of that fear is huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
And so if you're able to gain the position like that as a jungler, what that means is you're going to be pre-6 an actual threat on the map, even if you're Warwick.
Yeah, I think that applied really to obviously the pre-rework that they had going on, and I think Riot has moved away from. Oh, as I'm saying this, Spear's gonna miss. Shouldn't be anything happening there.
That could have been a kill, at least a flash.
It would have been a flash, but I think Riot has moved away from like the only level 6 junglers. They used to do a lot of that, and I think now they've moved away where they say, okay, you have something like a slow or something on one of your abilities that can be used pre-6 so that you can do something in the early game. Because I mean, that's just how it is now, and you need to be able to do stuff early game. You can't trade. Oh my God! Why not dive him? Why not dive him?
I didn't know either. He had the flash, and the vital was exposed on the bottom.
On the bottom.
So that would have popped. There it is.
There it is. Wow. No, you flashed in. Yes, he's gonna outplay it. That's gonna be a kill. Wow. You don't flash in. There was no reason. There was no reason.
His Q was back on cooldown. The auto attacks are not going to connect through that. She tries to get that through and definitely doesn't work. She should know. She should have known better.
Okay, so for anybody watching that, here's the misplay. You did not have any. There was no rush. She had a minion wave. She could have walked up to the Shen and baited something, rather than flashing. Once you flash onto him, he knows you're committed.
Right.
And you have no way to get out now. Your flash should be used to get out. And she just traded away a kill that should have happened.
And you know what? Shen gets to keep his flash.
And he gets the whole wave.
Yep. So this is a really bad situation for Fiora, right? She gives up a kill, gives up 20 CS.
Wow.
To the Shen. He's building armor, so he's prepared. What choice does she have?
The hook's gonna miss. The heal's gonna go out, but I don't know if they have flash. Oh, Nidalee! Gonna land a spear. Oh my goodness! Gonna get that shield, but Rakan is gonna fall. And our boy Warwick is here. Not gonna get anything. Gonna pop his W. He might get focused out here. He's gonna get rooted. He's gonna fall again. Holy crap, man. The misplay is so heavy.
Definitely giving up a lot of free kills here by the Warwick. Yeah, he did some good the last time in the bot lane, but it's a different story when you have Nidalee around, who does have flash, who does have some damage on her. Gets that kill with the flash earlier. So definitely a misplay by the Warwick here. A little bit too confident coming back.
I'm so worried about, there's 10 CS differential in mid, but that's kind of expected with, Echo. But I'm really worried about this top lane because, as you were saying, he's already building armor. The Shen's building armor. He can already deny damage from the Fiora just by pressing W. And if he gets Sunfire Cape and then gets anything else, any other type of armor, even if he gets a Bramble Vest, like, oh man.
What that means is also really difficult for the Caitlyn to kill him too. He's prioritizing armor, and what that means is, okay, I got Sunfire Cape, I'm gonna push top, and then when bottom is in trouble, I'm gonna deal with that Caitlyn. I'm gonna ult down there, and I'm gonna make sure they get some kills too. And you know what? I'll have some time to come back to my lane because I pushed out so far with my Sunfire Cape, and come back and take my CS.
Damage going into the Zyra. Zyra's gonna turn around with an auto attack, and it's gonna catch after the flash. Oh man. There's ultimate going out. Grand entrance has already been used. And just gonna auto her away. They're gonna be fine, but that is
you can tell the quality of this Caitlyn by her snap trap. She placed it right after the knockup in a way that it wouldn't have stuck. We saw before another Caitlyn.
Oh boy, Nidalee gonna land that spear, gonna get that, and oh my God, Swipe gonna get in there.
Off the enemy jungler and in the jungle as well. She gets to get away with that.
Oh, box. That's a box. Gonna flash under the turret. Gonna miss the flay though. Oh boy, Rakan, you're so dead, buddy.
She might be able to get out.
Yep. So as you
were
were saying,
you can tell the quality of a Caitlyn. When somebody is CC'd, it should be very easy for the Caitlyn, for a good Caitlyn to land that W. You can already tell by that engage how good this Caitlyn's going to be in this game. You can tell that she's not going to be able to perform where she needs to be.
You heard the man, everybody. You heard him. He said it.
Yeah.
Caitlyn can't perform. All right, so as we're seeing, top lane still holding that lead. He's
super strong.
He's sitting on 870 gold right now. If he goes back with 1,000, he has enough to get Bramble Vest.
That's right.
And for anybody who is thinking, oh, the Shen builds are very much different, they are. Since he is prioritizing building Sunfire Cape, he does not need to build Titanic Hydra. He already has the push that he needs. It does increase amounts of damage to minions. So, and he's already prioritized getting his tankiness. He knows he does not need to be a damage dealer in this game.
Right. All he needs to do is control that lane, and in doing so, he controls the Fiora. I think the Bramble Vest is also going to be smart because look at what Fiora is building. She has lifesteal. She's going to try to sustain in this lane, and if he has Bramble Vest, all she can do is try to CS on the turret.
Oh, well, we're going to infinite duress. Going to miss the W, though. That convergence going to miss easily.
Yeah, sort of a mechanical misplay there from the Echo. I think he could have, instead of going for the W, simply dashed up and gone for the damage instead.
Yeah, oh, Caitlyn getting some autos in there. Fiora gonna look to trade back. Gonna get a bunch of damage down. Not gonna be enough to really do anything. But the Warwick coming up. Gonna get that fear down. The Shen is gonna be really tanky here. Oh, but Fiora, grand challenge, gonna be enough to keep her alive. The spear's gonna land. Holy crap, that did a lot of damage.
She's so fed. She's got red buff too.
Auto attack! Auto attack! What? Oh, she should have just autoed instead of throwing that spear.
I think so too.
That
I think it was
been
a little bit greedy.
Yep, that would have been it.
So Shen staying a little bit too far. So he has Sunfire Cape, and what that means is he's going to push. That's his intention. But his ward wore off, so he didn't even have vision of the enemy Warwick walking up and fearing him. And so, you know, for the Shen, I think the best thing to have done is, okay, my ward wore off. I'm going to push, and then I need the base.
Italy was looking to get another shot on the Fiora there.
Yeah, Italy does have tier, as Bree points out.
Yes, he does. She does have tier. Italy looking to build that Seraphs for later in the game, so that means she is looking to invest.
Not really sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't like it, only because, like I said, she's looking to invest. So you got 5 kills right now. We need your power on the map now.
Right, run away with that
later.
lead. I think going tier is kind of a mistake here. I think if she's worried about mana, she could have gotten Morellos or something to deal with that. But I think the tier is a little too passive.
Even, oh man, I would have loved to see like a Lich Bane or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Xayah not going to be able to secure anything there. Thresh going to die with a box. Infinite the rest going to land onto the Nidalee. Are they going to make her pay for this? No flash. No burn.
Red buff
oh man, I thought it was going to tick off. The red buff tick. The burn. Oh man. That's crazy. I thought it was going to be one last tick and she was going to live. Oh, I take it back. You're dead, Nidalee. I take it back.
Okay, so she was killed for the first time. She goes back and what does she buy? She buys a Sheen. So I'm not really sure about that. I think she wants to get Frost Gauntlets with that. I'm not really sure she wants to get Triforce with it.
Frost Gauntlet is pretty good.
Again, something I don't really like seeing, and this happens so much at an early.
Oh, Shen. Oh, Shen.
Get away with it.
Oh, Shen. Too late to cast that ultimate now.
Yeah. Definitely should be pressing her lead. If anything, you know what would be better than all of that? Just get boots. She wants to move around the map.
Yep.
She wants to really use that mobility of being able to jump through walls and just net more kills. Be present.
The root gonna land Strangle. Oh! Didn't even need the knockup.
Didn't need it.
Didn't need it. Immediately killed him. Oh! Threshold gonna land. Gonna flay. Gonna get. Oh no! Blade Caller gonna not root there. Exhaust as well. It's gonna be a fight in mid lane too. I don't know what that's about. Spear lands. Rakan looking good. Nidalee,
now this bottom turret is really low. All they want to do is siege it. All they want to do is tap it in.
And Warwick making his way down. I don't think he'll be able to make it down in time though. Oh, another spear! Ah, those spears have been on point. I think she missed like 2.
Yeah, so it looks like Rage Machine get that first turret. They want to look at Dragon now, which is the smart play, because if you're the jungler, getting bot turret at such an early point, at 14 minutes in the game, when all that's happening are lane fights, what that means is you get to pick up another objective.
Oh boy, Warwick looking. So unless he plans to go over, he's gonna flash the wall. So as I say, unless he plans to go over and steal, there's no point for watching him do it. You should be doing something.
Rakan's flash had to be blown too for that play, so they not only get the dragon, but they get the Rakan flash too, which ends up being really big in these skirmishes that are going to happen. Because look, bottom lane is taken, dragon is gone. That means the only objectives on the map are mid and top. Team fights are going to happen within the next 2 minutes, and he doesn't have flash for that.
And one of the things, like you were saying, is the Rakan flash. If they had been communicating with each other, what was going to happen there? Rakan should have just been able to jump back over the wall. Warwick should have been in position, and he would have never needed to burn his flash.
Right.
And that is, like, you literally an ability that you just press E and you get over the wall.
Right. Warwick's going to show himself just barely on that map, on the map there, showing bottom side. So Shen has the option to try to take this fight, but Fiora's doing a lot of damage.
He's avoiding. He's actually avoiding the vitals. Oh, the spear's gonna hit through a taunt. Oh, and they're gonna trade back 1 for 1. Wow, that spear, man, that was max range.
So definitely a misplay of Shen right there to take all that damage from Fiora, but he makes the smart decision. Instead of walking up to the turret, he looks at the minimap real quick and sees that Nidalee is coming. So he says, you know what, I'm gonna die here, but at least I'll give my Nidalee the kill. So a really smart play by him there in the end.
Yeah, oh, Warwick, infinite duress. The Stranglethorn's gonna come out. The parallel conversion's gonna go through, but oh, they're gonna get that. But are they gonna trade one back here? No, they're not gonna trade one back. Box is gonna land. It's 4 in mid now. Rakan not gonna be able to do much there. Thought he could get onto the Thresh, but he won't. One of the things I was gonna say about that lane is that you just say, all right, if you know she's got Grand Challenge, you know she's gonna try and fight you, just save your W for it.
Right. I think that was just a misplay from the Shen. I think he was relying too much on his armor for durability and didn't realize that he needs to still outplay the Fiora. He doesn't get to just stand there and kill her with auto attacks. He actually has to play that out, which is kind of surprising from the Shen. Earlier, he was even not doing not auto attacking while her parry was up, and mechanically seemed to be okay.
And also one of the things is he never. I mean, he finished tabbies, which is great priority for him, but he didn't actually pick up his Bramble Vest, which is allowing her to just sustain back in trades. See,
look at all that HP she's getting back from hitting him. If he had Bramble, it would again mitigate that damage. And we were talking about that briefly before, or a lot before, with that Vladimir. Bramble Vest and the mitigation of heal is damage, because when you apply damage to them, you want to make sure that damage sticks. And by having them reduce that healing, that Bramble Vest is actually doing damage to them by preventing them from gaining so much back.
Yep, and it's so excessively good against this team comp with, oh man, the Grand Entrance gonna knock up 3, but he's gonna get popped instantly. The Rewind gonna come in for the Echo, but Warwick going in, gonna get exhausted, doesn't make it out. Blade Caller gonna finish him off, and Zion's gonna pick up that kill. Caitlyn gonna get that trap down. Ultimate gonna go out, but is it gonna be a root? Oh, big damage. Shen gonna taunt the Raptors like a boss.
Like I said at the beginning of this game, this was going to be a game about picks, and what happens here is because Rakan doesn't have that flash after that dragon fight, he still doesn't have it up for that team fight. So he goes in, gets the knockup, gets the ult, but then what? He doesn't have an exit strategy, and his charm from his ultimate isn't even that good because he ends up dying before he can do anything else.
Yep, and like we were saying, that Bramble Vest, you're just like, okay, so you've got Fiora who's healing, Warwick is healing monstrously in team fights. Yeah. You've got the Caitlyn who's going to be do some healing, Echo who's going to hit you, and when he ults, he heals up for the damage that he's taken, and Rakan in general. Like, you get so much out of that one item.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't even get the charm exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he gets CC'd. He doesn't have flash, so he can't make the flash play either. Because one interesting thing to do with Rakan is because your ultimate channel time is basically instant, you can flash ult at the same time and hit some priority targets with that. So he doesn't even have the option to make a really quick play there and ends up just dying for free. And it's also losing the team fight.
Yeah, the gold lead cab is about 3K right now. It's not monstrous. I would say the large portion of it is probably in the mid lane and in jungle. We can look at the numbers. Yeah, we've got about 1,800 in the jungle and about 14 in the mid lane. So,
yeah.
Or sorry, not in the mid lane. 80 carries position. My bad. Oh, infinite duress to avoid the Stranglethorn. It's gonna get rooted up though. He's not gonna be able to finish the Nidalee yet. Grand Challenge is gonna go down. Nidalee's gonna get prioritized by the Fiora. She's gonna be able to pick her up. Gonna trade that 1-for-1 there. But what? Oh, the flash. The auto attack. Gonna pop. He's gonna go the wrong way. She's gonna pick him up. Oh yeah. Zyra picking him up.
Really good play by Rage Machine, taking the fight that they want. Yeah, they get a little bit split up with the Fiora chasing off the Nidalee, but it doesn't really matter because the Nidalee went an item prioritization that really doesn't make her anything but a poking machine. Yeah, she's got that Sheen, but I mean, that's not really going to do a lot of damage because the way that Sheen operates is the damage that you get is going to be off your basic attack damage. So for her, it's only going to apply about 84 there every 1.5 seconds. I mean, that is a lot, but that assumes that she's able to walk up and basically tank the enemy team. So she's just a poke bot until she's able to get so far ahead that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's trying to hurry, I think, and finish that Lich Bane.
Yeah, yeah, I can see why she wants to do that. She wants to assassinate, but if that's the case, she can't be looking for team fights like that. She's not really a great team fighter. She needs to be looking for picks. She still doesn't even have boots yet. So the whole, again, this game is going to come down to picks, and she's not really doing her job with her 5-kill lead. Now, ever since she's got that 5-kill lead, if we don't include those 5 kills, she's 1-3-4.
Yep.
Right? That's a terrible score as a jungler. And so she's not really doing anything with that lead that she got. I think it's the items, the itemization, but also the routes that she's chosen to take and the playstyle that she's chosen to commit to with these really bad team fights.
So one thing that we were pointing out and Cab was mentioning also is that there's no sight stone on that Rakan. He's prioritizing his Sergeant Sensor. As I'm saying, this team fight's going to break out. There's going to be a focus of that Rakan going down, and the Warwick is going to secure the dragon. The convergence is going to land onto everybody on the team right there. Fiora going to clean that up and going to get the Xayah. But, oh my god. Triple kill for this Fiora. Coming in at the right time. And you know what? Well done.
And look at this Nidalee in the back being absolutely useless. Looking for picks without vision. Right? This is what we talked about last game. She's looking for the Caitlyn. She only gets to see her because she's in lane. So this Caitlyn is definitely going to be in trouble once this fight happens down there.
If she gets outplayed, though. The
trap.
The trap. Gonna get outplayed? Oh, my goodness.
Nidalee is definitely throwing this lead that she has.
Tilted.
Yep.
You can't see me in my chair, but I'm tilted. Let me see. I know I got a sound for this. I know I got a sound for this. Here it comes. This is the sound. You're not going to hear it, Gun, but everybody else in the stream will.
All right.
There you go. I just gave him a womp womp. All right.
So this Nidalee, she's not really sure what to do with herself at this point, and this happened to a lot of people, a lot of low elo players that we see. They get a lead, they don't know what to do with it.
Oh boy, Rakan. Come on, Rakan. Do stuff. Exhaust gonna land. Shen gonna come in at the last second. Oh, Hook is gonna miss. He's gonna. Oh, he jumps out of the way. He leaves the Caitlyn to die like a boss. Wow. He was like, deuces immediately.
I think he had ult for that fight, and I think he had flash. I think he could have given up. He could have ulted and sacked himself, but said, "You know what? I'm going to live." And you know what? Dies in the end, anyways.
And gets obliterated by Zyra. Oh my god!
How did Zyra know that he was going to be there? Well, he walked through 2 wards to get to that position.
Oh, the root's gonna land. Echo gonna try and get out of there. He's gonna ult after he flashes because he was so scared. And this is something that anybody who has ever laned against a Zyra support knows. Zyra does not need AP to do damage. Sure, her base damage is just so high. Hey, look at that. Plenty of vision. Getting caught again. Fiora gonna propose that, but it's not gonna be enough though. Xayah is not. Oh, Xayah didn't get any of that, did she? Nidalee gonna last hit people. Oh! What are you doing right now, Nidalee? Whoa! Get the turnaround. Oh, gonna hit you with it again.
Rakan's also too far up. He can get pulled here. Yep.
Oh! Oh, get dropped. Rakan dies on the tower. Shen holding it forever. This one's for you, Nidalee.
Okay, so really good, cool thing from that fight. Thresh warded the bush that they were going to fight in, and a really good, important thing for a lot of low elo support players to remember. Vision gets you auto attacks and kills, and not only that, when you put the ward down, I believe 2 of them hit the ward. So there's a ward down there where that last fight took place, and instead of having 3 life bars on it, it was taken down to 2 during that team fight. So what that means is he got 2 auto attacks for free on that ward. So not only did it give him vision, it made Poop Handler Patrol mechanically misplay and hit the ward instead of the enemy champion.
Yes. Oh! Oh no! Keep going! You made a great escape! Oh, get baited! Oh man, I thought he was gonna get him. So, I thought the Shen was gonna be able to get him under the turret. Zyra gonna take a lot of damage here. Grand Challenge gonna be able to put her down. The knockup gonna land for Stranglethorns, but right now Fiora doing really well with that Trinity Force.
Definitely being super aggressive, just pushing up.
Oh! That's gonna land. Xayah is on the other side of that, trying to avoid. Nice. She avoids that chrono break, but still gonna fall. Shutdown going to be given over to the Fiora. The hook is going to land. Death Sentence will put her in her place as well as box. I guess her place was in a box. I don't know. But that's cool. That's cool. Man,
So it looks like
bloodbath.
Rage Machines here. They're pushing into the enemy red side. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of vision here, but they want to... this is a really bad play from Shen, in my opinion. We'll see how it ends up.
So Shen did actually pick up his Titanic Hydra. We were talking about that earlier, but I think he's feeling himself right now. 1-4 Shen. He's feeling himself, though. He's got those assists.
He does. I think the Titanic Hydra is a little bit redundant with the Sunfire Cape if he's going to be a split pusher. He's team fighting instead, and so I mean the Titanic Hydra, in my opinion, is a little bit decent for that. If he's going to be team fighting, yeah, it provides a lot of damage, a little extra damage from a Shen.
Grand Entrance gonna knock up the Shen. Shen still has his W there to protect. Oh, he's gonna go in. He's fighting, and Nidalee gonna flank and die for free, completely. Trap gonna land onto Shen. Plenty of autos going through. The red buff gonna keep him in range, and Rakan gonna jump in with Grand Entrance again. Red buff hopefully gonna keep. Oh,
Caitlyn peeled off. Warwick still going.
There, yeah.
He doesn't know that his team's not behind him.
Warwick is going to die here. Death sentence lands. Blade Caller gonna put him down. Oh, man. Yeah, dead. You should have waited for her to dash. Yep, dead. Fiora
I'm not sure
Oh,
Thresh wants to pick that fight with Fiora right now.
what? Are you serious?
I'm not sure. I think it's possible for her to kill the both of them. I mean, their whole team showed up. But let's talk about that Warwick play. He started chasing and didn't look behind him. He said, "Oh, my teammates right behind. They're right behind me," and then he ends up getting killed for that.
I'm surprised there wasn't 9 million pings to go down, or lots of flaming. I wish we could see all chat.
Right.
What were you?
The Caitlyn stopped walking towards that fight almost immediately when they ran off, and the Warwick kept going for the Thresh. And Xayah didn't look at his minimap, didn't look right behind him, and found himself in a 1v2 situation against Thresh Xayah. So definitely map awareness was the reason that he fell there.
Yes, the gold lead is still less than 3K. That's one of the things that we've been talking about a lot in a lot of these games. Is there's times when you see like this huge gold lead, but it's on a team that you're like, hey, they should be losing this game, or oh, there's less objectives on their side, but they still somehow are ahead, and it's most of the time it's just accrued off of their kills.
Yeah, and that gold lead actually just comes down to a one-turret difference, right?
No, it's all right. Chrono break kind of happened. Stranglethorns goes out. Caitlyn trying to pick up the Zyra on the other side of this fight. Shen looking to auto attack this guy down. He's gonna walk into his team though because they're picking up Dragon. Death Sentence gonna pick that one up, and man, Fiora doing work here. Exhaust landing onto the Warwick, but I don't think that's really. I mean, you're wasting it at that point.
Definitely a waste.
Dragon gets secured. Nidalee proving that honestly, like 11 kills, yes, but I don't think she's doing much.
I don't think so either, and that was mostly just a misplay from the Rakan there. Hasn't been really playing too hot this game with some of his positioning and decision making, so definitely just deserves to be punished there by the Nidalee, but she's not really playing great herself.
Oh, Xayah lands the root.
Baiting
Is she
that
gonna be
Xayah
able?
into the fight. That Xayah needs to realize that Nidalee's not going to
Oh, Blade Caller gonna get the root onto Warwick, and Caitlyn gonna pick up the Nidalee, and
huge
Xayah.
static shift proc
Same. Whew. Same on both sides. The Static Shiv doing a lot of work there for everybody. She's checking the brush. She's not scared. I mean, that could have been really. Is she gonna? I was gonna say, is she gonna flash a wall? She don't have flash, so.
Now, one thing I want to mention about these fights is they're fighting in these locations that don't really have big objectives on the map, right?
Nope.
Like, this is one of those low elo situations where you're fighting for fighting's sake. So there was no reason for anyone to be down there. There was no real reason to fight. There's no turrets. There's no dragons. There's no reason to set up for war control down there. So this is super indicative of a low elo game.
Zyra. Zyra. Zyra, you should be nope. You should be nowhere near that Fiora. Zyra has no escape from Fiora. I don't understand why every time she's doing these things where she's overextending. Like
Right.
now she's in the enemy team's blue buff. You don't know if they have vision on you because you don't have a sweeper.
It looks like they're signaling to Baron. They want to grab the Sculler here to get that move speed and some bit of vision. They want to position, but Rakan and Caitlyn are too far behind. This is a good fight for Rage Machines.
Yep, Poop Animal Patrol does not have numbers advantage here right now. Oh, but the Echo goes in and gets obliterated by the Xayah. The Xayah saving Nidalee here. Fiora's low and out of that fight. Blade Caller going to go through the entire team, going to root up the Warwick, going to root up the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's going to finally fall. Xayah doing incredible amounts of work here. Rakan going to get chased down by the Nidalee. Swipe going to finish him off. And Warwick is going to just retreat. They should turn for Baron here.
Okay, so why was that a good fight from Rage Machines? They had vision of that bottom part of the mid lane where they saw the Caitlyn was really far behind. Thresh goes for the hook and starts that 5v3 play that really gets that Fiora low and nets them a kill. I think there was a possibility that Echo could have taken one out in the back, but he ends up not netting a kill at all.
Yep.
Ends up getting killed himself. Doesn't even get the chance
Doesn't
to ult.
even ult.
So that was a really good fight for them. I think it was a really strong play by the Thresh, who was able to recognize, you know what, we're in a power play. We basically get to fight now 4v5 for a little bit.
100% now. 100% crit now. She has 100% crit now. Yeah, as you were saying, like when the Echo got in there and he was on Nidalee, first of all, if he had ulted out, even if he didn't get the kill on the Nidalee, if he had ulted out, he would have probably gone back to almost full HP because the Xayah was killing him in like half a second.
Right.
So just ulting out would have put him back in a good position with his team. The Nidalee won't be back for a little bit, and I think you still could have taken that team fight and it would have been fine. But the Xayah was able to basically get a bunch of 1v1s.
Right. Not only that, Nidalee gets to come back and pick off another kill for herself.
And pick up another kill. So Xayah sitting at double crit item, double crit attack speed item with both Essence Reaver and IE. You are probably the strongest you can be right now, considering there's only one person building armor on that team. She can freely prioritize now getting lifesteal and just about one-shotting most people.
Right.
No, still no sweepers. That's correct by the Rakan, and no Sightstone.
Well, we can tell from the Rakan's quality of play that he hasn't really been focused on what his job is as a support, right? Ever since that Dragon play that he had where he was flashless, he did cost him, his team a really big fight in the mid lane. He doesn't have vision control, right? He's not really getting some great picks or ults off in the first place. He's dying too quickly in fights because he has these, he rushed Ardent Sensor and a Knight's Vow. The Knight's Vow doing a little bit of work for him, but it's only 250 health, and it's only for 40 armor. He has no magic resist for the Zyra.
The damage.
So Rakan definitely not doing his job as support, which is control vision on the map.
So right now they're just going to push this down. They got the Shen, they've got the Thresh to tank the towers. They've got the Zyra for disengage here. And
Rage Machine should not be looking into this jungle. They don't have vision. All they need to do is go mid.
Oh, Vandal Patrol getting spread thin. Oh my God, the Echo is gonna chrono break onto priority target, but then just peace out. He blows his flash. Echo does not have a way to get in the back line now, and he is not safe. Warwick is cut off, trying to make a recall here. They don't have a minion wave yet, so they should be safe for a little bit, but they need to make their way back here to defend this turret. Echo
One
coming
of them
back.
should have walked back and taxi the lane back in for that speed from Baron. It's too late now.
Nidalee taking a huge amount of poke. Gonna be able to heal herself up soon. The hook's gonna land onto the Fiora. Echo gonna go in, gonna land parallel convergence. Infinite the rest gonna go onto the Xayah. Xayah gets out, gonna blade call everybody back. Gonna finish off 2. Echo drops in the back line and Fiora as well. Xayah 100% crit, picking up 3 kills. Woo! And that is gonna be the ace. This should be the game right here. Surrender coming through. That's GG, boys and girls. Rage Machine is going to pick it up over Poop Handler Patrol. Oh, man.
Xayah did so much damage in the end. It didn't really matter with that Rakan engage and the Echo double stun. They had 3 members of Rage Machine CC'd out front, but Xayah just waited far back, you know, stayed out of that CC chain and waited for them to come back out so that they could do damage, and they did.
Sorry. That's I mean, Infinite Duress wasn't even able to do any type of damage, and no one could get onto her. When the Echo got caught out 30 seconds before then and didn't have flash, didn't have ultimate,
didn't have ult.
Yeah, you knew there was no way he was going to challenge the back line ever.
Didn't have an ult. Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot of these situations at low elo plays where people don't think about opportunity cost. And what that means is, okay, well, if I give up this spell or if I give up this summoner spell, right, what is that going to cost me in the next 5 minutes or when I don't have it for the next team fight? We can talk about the Rakan, the Flash being a perfect example. he's not going to get the dragon, right? He's not. I mean, what's he going to do? Auto attack or Q it? So there's a really small chance of him stealing the dragon. Even if he does, it's not something like Infernal or super important that they needed. But he had to blow his flash, and what did that opportunity cost get him? Well, it got him a team fight where he didn't have flash, gets himself killed, and gets his team killed because they don't get the proper picks that they need for his engage. Same mistake here by the Echo, who had to blow his ult because he was just roaming in his jungle without vision, has to use it, and so therefore that engage that he gets, even though he gets 2 people, he himself has to die for it and gets punished.
Yeah, it's a little little crazy. I think this game was pretty funny because you're thinking about the it's like a little seesaw thing going on with, especially in top lane. In top lane, you had that like Shen was really abusing Fiora early, and then didn't really pick up something that was, strongly. Now, mind you, I'm gonna say this: if that Xayah was not as far ahead as she was, this would have been a totally different game. Because like we were saying, he built Dead Man's Plate, which, come on, you could have just Bramble Vest, man. There's a Warwick. Build Bramble Vest. You can make him hit you.
There's a Warwick. There's a Fiora. There's there. Yeah, I think that Bramble Vest would have been important up top before Sunfire Cape, and the reason why is that Fiora. The only reason she got kills is because she was able to lifesteal back a whole lot from CS, but also from hitting Shen, right? So I think that would have been important by at least the Bramble Vest, right? Like, it doesn't cost much to have it. You can sacrifice not finishing an item for a while. Just have it. Have that mitigated heal. Again, it's one of those statistics that a lot of low elo players don't recognize as being damage. They're like, oh, it's just going to mitigate some of their heals. You know what's better instead? Maybe me finishing my dead man's blade. No, like, you want to make sure that their HP gets down and stays down. And so I think that was a little bit of a mistake there from Shen, but the biggest mistake obviously coming in from this game is the Nidalee not running away with the game with that 5-0 kill lead that she had minutes into the game.
Just, that hurts, dude. That hurts me when I see that.
I don't get why she went Seraphs. I can see why she wants to have the shield, but that's going to happen 20 minutes from now. She's thinking way too far ahead. She needs to be thinking, okay, I have 5 kills. Who am I going to stomp here? She goes Lucidity instead of Sorks, right? She even gets an Ardent Sensor, which I don't understand, because maybe she thinks, oh, well, like, it's so late in the game now, I'm relegated to support duties. It's one of those mentalities that occurs with a lot of low elo players. They don't know what to do with their hands once they, have it full of kills and gold, right? And so I think that was the biggest mistake. I think the biggest majority of why Rage Machine's loss is because she didn't know what to do with that lead that she was given so early on in this.
Gun.
What's up?
Rage Machine's won.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong. Yeah. Poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't, like, the game.
She didn't know what
close.
to do. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're right. No, you were making a good point. You were making a strong point.
The point's still valid. It wasn't so much about why they lost.
Yeah. But the point's very much still valid. Like, it should not have been a reason why Xayah had to carry that game.
Right.
The game should have been over and done with, like we were saying, Nate. They had 34-minute game. Like, Nidalee's 5-0 at, like, the first 10 minutes.
I mean, her damage chart is so low for what she had. She's almost at, Shen is, right behind her in terms of damage, and he's going full tank.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a Titanic Hydra, but, I mean, he's basically a full tank. And to have a lead like that and not really help your team at the beginning of the game would have saved them a lot of headache for that win. Right? They definitely didn't have to go through all of that.
Yeah, considering Zyra was 4 and 5 and 11, and she outdamaged her anyway. So, I mean...
Now, really interesting itemization from Fiora, in my opinion. She goes Triforce into Spirit Visage with a spot of lifesteal from the Spellvamp, but also a big part of lifesteal from the Ravenous Hydra. She's going for that sustain in fights, which only furthers the point. I mean, do they have a Morellos? Do they have Executioners calling on the other? No, they don't.
Nope.
So she's able to get away with so much life stealing as well. Obviously not going to be really effective in the end, but she did actually do a whole lot of work in the middle of the game. Right?
Yep. She became a pretty big threat, honestly, with the start that she had, and that was one of the things where I'm just like, maybe you need to do something about that. And I mean, the thing they did was, Zaya playing better, I guess, than everyone else.
So the question that we have now is, what was the win condition for Poop Handler Patrol to win that game, right? In my opinion, at the end, I think it came down to picks, as I said at the beginning of the game. And I think the only way that you can facilitate that is through having great vision, having good control of the map, and not having a Sightstone is, in my opinion, blasphemy. I think there's a special place in hell for supports who don't get Sightstone.
Just in hell?
Just in hell. I mean, if we had League Prison, maybe they should be in League Prison. Do we have that? We should have that.
I don't know. Do they?
You should
Tribunal
be,
was the closest thing.
You should be suspended.
You should have your account suspended for not building Sightstone. It should be considered troll, actually.
It is. In my opinion, it is. I mean, your job as a support is to provide vision on the map. There's no other person that can do that for you, except maybe some junglers. Maybe. But there's... I mean, there's no reason why he shouldn't have Sightstone, in my opinion. There is no high elo player in the world that, as support, doesn't get Sightstone, even if they're ahead. Because the way that you keep your lead, especially when you have it, or even if you don't, is to make sure your players don't die. And so I think that was the biggest... And you know what? 80% of the reason why they lost is because of their lack of jungle control vision.
No, you're right. I don't understand it either, but yeah. Oh man. I think someone was typing. Who was typing? A special place in hell for supports without Sightstone. Done. Yep. You heard the man. True, it is. It's troll. People just, oh, I don't have to build. Nah, man. And they think that little trinket ward. They're like, oh, I got my trinket ward. No, because you can't. You cannot just drop wards when you want. You have to wait on timers. You can't do that. And it's so funny that we've casted 4 games, I think, and it's almost 4 o'clock. So I'll be hanging back off of that for now. I think we did a fantastic job today. Actually, cool. I actually enjoyed myself. It was pretty fun. But we've talked every single game, no matter what and how far or how badly someone lost. We talked about vision every single game. Every single game, we were like, vision, this is why. Vision, wards, this is why. This is why. And like just talking about it over and over and over again. And it's like you can't look at all these games and go, oh, well, man, these people, they were just good. It's vision!
Right. Yep.
Vision.
I mean, even at the end of the day, this Thresh on the winning side of Rage Machines, he only placed 19 wards compared to Rakan's 16. So even though the Thresh had a Sightstone, he didn't ward very much for a support, right? So, I mean, that's not a good thing. They won based on other merits of, for example, the Zaya doing really well, the Zyra doing also lots of damage. In terms of efficiency and warding, Thresh also did a slightly better job, but he didn't perform exactly perfectly as a support in that regard, only having 3 more wards placed at the end of the game. He's killed 7, so he's controlled a lot more, but Warwick himself has killed 4. And so in low elo games where we see, what people are only placing 10 wards at a time, the Kate placed 10, the Fiora placed 10, the Echo placed 14, which is quite high for this game. When you have Sightstone, 3 is a whole lot of wards, right? If you can get your 3 wards out when people are only placing, in this game, 19 by the end of the game, that's a lot of wards, right? And if you get your another rotation out, that's 6. And that should happen in, within a matter of minutes. Right. And so these numbers, in terms of wards placed and wards destroyed, is indicative of a very low elo game because people aren't thinking about visions. It's all about see hero, kill hero. I don't really know about objectives or vision. I just want to kill them. So again, this is something that a lot of players can work on their very next game. Even if you're not support, right? Is your trinket up? Yeah, you better go use it, right? Or do you have vision of at least one side of your lane? If you're mid, for example. If not, you better go have vision. Did you buy a pink? Is it on the map? Right. This is one thing that every player can do no matter what elo they're in. And I highly encourage everyone that's watching to work on that. If you want to get good at League of Legends, get good at warding. That's basic League 101.
No, you're right. As we were talking about that, I was just looking, and I'm like, oh, hey, you know what? And I can look and say, oh, well, we were destroying this game, so I don't have that many wards like placed on the map. But most of the time, when we're doing well, like there's games I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I have a perfect KDA. How many times did I ward? 13, 12.
Right.
Like, okay, and then I have even a game that we lost playing support, and I have 22 wards on the map. So like, and that's like. Anybody who doesn't know, which most of you know, I like to play engaged supports in general. I don't play, I'm standing around waiting. So most of the time I'm ready to go when I see something. And I tend to probably ward less than, I would if I was playing just a champion that I just hung back on. So I'm like,
utility.
So I'm like, oh, okay, this is a little low. I'll just, I should get my numbers up. But that's always something that I'm talking about. And I go, yo, man, I need to ward more. There's times when we walk around in a game, and I'm like, man, I haven't warded in a long time. Especially if I'm playing something like Vagar, where I'm like, looking for picks. So I just drop wards when I need them at that point. But yeah, like if there's times I've seen people in games where I go, how do you have 8 wards placed? Like I've straight up seen that from mid laners where 8 wards or 6 wards in a game. And I actually did an evaluation of this guy who I think he was from the League Texas page, and he was asking, if anybody could help him, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, sure, I'll spectate your games and stuff. And he linked me some games, and I went and I found them. And he was playing Orianna mid. He had placed 6 wards the entire game. As the mid laner. Which means that if you were in lane, you probably warded never. That's crazy, especially when you're like high silver and you're going to be a gold player or whatever. And like 6, like if I'm the jungler, and that's exactly what I said. If I'm the jungler and I know you're not warding, I'm coming to kill you all day.
Yeah, definitely a strong, an intermediate high level thing to do as a jungler to prey on low elo people is you see how many, if they've placed their trinket or not. I believe if you click on the enemy champion, you can see how many trinkets that they have in their pocket. Is that still a thing?
I don't know if that's still a thing. I know it's still a thing for your own teammates.
Right.
But I don't know if you can actually see.
I mean, you can obviously tell when they do go ward. I mean, sometimes they'll walk off to the side, and it's up to the and your ally mid laner to call out those wards. But if there's no real ward calls coming, and I mean, you can even ask as a jungler and see how you can take advantage of those situations. Because what you're supposed to be doing as a mid is if you have one ward, you put it to one side and you hug that side, right? Because you know that if you get ganked from the side that you're blind, you're gonna get killed very quickly.
So let's see. I'm gonna since you said something, Bree, I'm looking. You have one game of Zyra. You played Zyra support where you had a ton of wards, like more wards than you usually ward. But yeah, you have a game where you're playing Lux, and in ranked you warded 7 times, and that was how long of a game? 25 minutes. So you warded 7 times in 25 minutes. Let's see. We scroll down. You were playing a lot of support, so you have 15 wards of support in mid lane. Yeah, 6. So it looks like from just a couple games that I'm looking at, you have a high one of 11 here. But it looks like, see, this one's high too. What? Like, that's weird. And then you have 22. I don't know what you were doing there, but you have 22 wards. That's a lot. And that's a 40-something minute game. So it looks like when the games get really long, I'm going to tell you just based off of seeing the length of your game and how many times you ward, if the game doesn't run to 40 minutes, you don't ward that much. So that means in lane, you don't ward. Because when your game is under 30 minutes, you have single-digit wardings. And that's...
Yeah, and I can see why a lot of supports do that, because they think, I need to just put one and maintain the tri-bush ward. But, I mean, you should be really using 3, right? Because there's one in the tri-bush and one in each side bush, at least, and that's minimum.
Yeah.
If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can have 1 ward in your side bush, 1 in the river, and then 1 in your tri-bush. Depending on obviously if you're red side or blue side. But yeah, a lot of supports actually, they just place 1 out on the side that they think they're going to get ganked, and that's sufficient.
And then even in mid lane, it's the same. It's kind of the same thing. So that means like when you're playing Ahri, you're doing that same thing. Yeah, because of the warding. So that means Yeah, during 15 minutes of laning phase, you probably ward like 4 times, which is, you know, obviously you already know, like you've been saying, is not good.
Yeah.
So that's
Now,
something for
obviously,
everybody.
what to do as a team or as a player when you have all of that information is going to be the next step, right? Like knowing, okay, what objectives can we get now that we know that what their position is? Learning how to do that is going to be the most difficult part. But the only way that you can develop those kinds of macro decision making skills is to have information in the first place. And you can't get to step 2 unless you finish step 1. So this goes for, you know, again, it doesn't matter if you're bronze, it doesn't matter if you're pro. Um, Having that ability, that macro ability, step 1 is having information.
Always, always. Let me see what I got here. I have a how many did I place? Yeah, see? Like the Draven game where I like had 18 kills and like no deaths really was a game where I didn't even ward. I just ran at people and killed them. I had that number of wards. So, I mean, in games where you're just killing people over and over again and you're just like steamrolling, it's easier for you to forget about warding, like honestly. But it's always something you got to keep in the back of your mind and be like, hey, my ward's up. I need to ward something. And not just I need to place it. Like think about what could happen in the next 2 minutes. I never pick a good time to ward, so I'll push.
A lot of times, sometimes I'll even just put it in a lane. Right, like if you, for example, push up to the middle enemy turret, put it at that point that's right between their raptors and the wolf entrance.
Yep.
Putting it right there gives you vision of a lot, and a lot of people forget. Oh yeah, you could ward a lane. Like especially if you took turrets, ward a lane. There's a lot of choke points in a lane.
Yep. And then that also gives you the chance to, especially if you're playing an assassin, to play around that when you hang around the walls and stuff. You can always do that stuff. I like to do that as Orianna. Once I'm like kind of ahead and I throw my ward in the middle and I see you walk up, I can just throw my ball over and like one shot you.
Yep.
So stuff like that happens. I mean, little cheap tricks, even if I don't kill you. Okay, I just landed a full, you know, command attack dissonance combo on you and chunked you to half. Like, okay, well, I've basically just pushed you out of lane because you don't want to come up the farm anymore.
Yeah.
And that was ward. So, you know, all that stuff you just got to think about with warding. And I know it's so funny because I'm just like, man, every game we're done. We just talk about wards. But it's one of the most important things in the game. And it's just like, that's why it's so strong, because it's, you know, prevents a kill, can give away a kill. So whenever people say, oh, you're support, you're not doing anything. If I got you vision so you didn't die, I did my job, okay? We're done here. That's all I gotta say. That's the best I can say about that. Dude, Cab is in a game. Do Cab.
Do you want to do that?
We could do. We could do Cab. Sure, why not?
All right, let's do that.
Let's see. Cab's 9 minutes in. All right.
It's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. Still pretty early. He like set it to no spectate. He's like, my friends can't spectate.